Hey guys, welcome to my second channel and welcome to my first redraw video. I'm trying to figure out how to say hi to the camera. Here they see you. So this was a video. Oh, hi. Yeah, hi. We get it. Hi. Stop. Ah, ow! Stop! Stop it! So to start off, I'm gonna show you some of my old drawings. This was back in like 2019, 2020 when I first started trying to draw. I thought it would be good to get like a little perspective. Why am I closing the book? Open it back up. Okay, there we go. I drew a lot of Fairy Tail. That's actually my favorite anime, right up there with Soul Eater, honestly. Soul Eater is my first. I'm just surprised I haven't drawn any Soul Eater in here. Anyway, these are in order of how I drew them. The gray one is okay. I really like the Mira Jane one a lot. We don't talk about poor Juvia's. Oh, that one made me so sad. I messed up. There's Leon. We love him. I was really proud of that one too. That one was fine until I colored it, and this one I spent, can you tell by the dramatic gesture, I spent so long on that. But this is the one that we're gonna be redrawing today. This was the very first one. I lied, they're not in order, because this was the first one. But I wanted to put it at the end to show you what we're gonna draw. So this is what I'm gonna redraw today. I'm gonna try to redraw most of these at some point, but we're starting from the very beginning. This was the first time I ever actually tried to draw a human being. What am I doing? Yep, that's anti-Lucy. Oh, now I'm going through the egos. I recorded this video like 3 months ago. Yeah, I did this thing where I went through and I drew like all of the septic egos as foxes. I was really proud of these. Was this 2020 or was it 2021? I don't remember. I could probably look back, but that was a really failed attempt at an art study. Here we go. There's Robbie. That one was not the final one. That was the final one. The other one that I have to redraw is this one because, yeah, I wasn't happy with this at all. So, first off, look at those noodle arms. It's not okay. Oh, yep, there we go. I'm showing off my U2s that I'm using as a reference. Yes, and I spend a lot of time trying to figure out where to put that. But I was inspired to do these redraw videos by Mariah Elizabeth. I watch her a lot, and recently I was going through her art things to do when you're bored, and it made me decide, hey, you know what? I actually want to do a video where I try to redraw all of my old drawings because I really like them, and I have grown so much as an artist now since that time, and I want to see if I can do it again. As of this time, though, I had not drawn in a little while. I keep taking really long breaks from art, and I really want to stop that. I really want to get back to drawing consistently. It's just really hard to not burn yourself out, because I have so many projects that I want to do, but you know, I feel like I don't have the time, or, you know, whatever, or I obsess over it and I want to do it so perfectly, you know, but I just want to do stuff. I just want to draw. I have, you know, like videos that I want to record for my main channel, but, you know, I have animations that I still want to do, and it feels like a lot sometimes, but, you know, you just gotta pick one and start there. I also never really sketch. This is something that I'm trying to get better with, is doing a sketch first and like doing stuff like this, like guidelines to try to help me out. But it doesn't always go well. Part of the problem with that is that I know what it's supposed to look like in my head, and so sometimes like doing the sketch bothers me because I want to get right into the meat and potatoes of the art. And it's the same reason why I've never done an outline for a story, which maybe I should also start doing. Like, you know, I write as well, and ever since I was doing like writing projects in school, they would try to get me to write an outline, and it always bothered me so much because I want to focus on just making the finished product. And I know that that's probably not the correct way to go about things, but I always want to just focus on getting to the finished product, that to do all of this, like, planning and everything, it feels like unnecessary work, and it bothers me, and I'm like, no, just do it. Just get it done. So, but I'm trying to get better at that. Sketching definitely has helped. I've tried it a few more times, and I think it's gotten a little bit better, but, you know. This is another problem that I have, is I just start doing line art sometimes, and because I think, like, oh, well, you know, maybe it'll look better once, you know, I have it in line art. And, you know, you can tell that by this point, that I was not happy with the direction that this was going at all. So this is the point where I started to lose my patience, and I pretty much completely ditched the pencil almost entirely, and was like, no, it'll look better if it's more defined, and it'll be fine. And to be fair, this right here, it's not honestly that bad looking at it now. Like, it was atrocious to me. It was incredibly atrocious to me when we first started doing this, like 3 months ago. And I hated every inch of it, and it was at this point that I started considering maybe I should just start over. But also, I had been working for at least about, like, there's been 40 minutes in this video so far? Yeah, so I didn't want to entirely scrap it, but I was really, really starting to consider it. But I was like, you know what? Let's take it a step further. Let's just start coloring it. Yes, coloring it. Because the best decision at this point is to start coloring in something that you hate with a burning passion, and just hope that by some magic you will no longer hate it. That did not go well. This was the moment that I finally started to come to my senses as I was coloring it. The more that I sat there and I stared at it, the more that I was like, you know what? This is hopeless. This is horrible. And I did what any sensible person would do in this situation. And I crossed out that atrocity and decided once and for all to start over. So here I go, clean slate. I started using one of my more recent drawings to help me with the face shape a little bit more. I entirely scrapped the attempt of trying to sketch. And I started looking for a different reference for the hair. I was trying to find that balance between my style and making it look a little bit like Doki Literature Club style, until I realized that, like, I don't need to do that. And by using my old art as a reference for my own style was completely impossible and a huge mistake, because my style has developed so much since then, and, you know, I needed to use my more recent art, so I have the other art propped up in front of me somewhere to help look at. So I have my old art for you guys to see, and then I have my own references up there in front of me. And already it was starting to look so much better, especially with the more simplified reference for her hair, because there were just so many details in the hair in the reference that I was trying to use previously that it made it really, really hard to focus on and just get correctly, because there were so many lines that I just started to get lost, and it wasn't my style anymore. I am so happy that I decided to redo this and just completely start over and take my time. Yeah, that was 40 minutes worth of work that I had done before, but it wasn't worth it at all. You know, because it's like I even said, like, that was okay, especially looking back on it now, but just look at the difference here. And this is when I started doing the line art for the head, because I figured, okay, I'll line this in, I like it now, but if I don't like it once the line art is there, I'm gonna have to start all over again. So before I do the body or anything else, let's fix that. So I did it, and it still looked good, and now it was time to tackle the body. More specifically, the noodle arms, which were the reason that I started this redraw in particular to begin with, was those arms. Oh my god. And I spent so long. It took me in total, the footage for this, I have cut down from 3 hours. 3 hours total. 40 minutes of that was the first one that I started trying to do, that I scrapped in the end. The entire rest of that time is this. And a lot of parts are cut out of me just stopping and just staring at it for a while and trying to figure out what to do. And you can see me go back just over and over again and just trying to get the proportions right and trying to figure out what to do with the arms. And I decided, you know what, let's leave the arms until last, let's focus on the body and the shirt for now, and then we can worry about the arms. And that was a process that I was dreading, let me tell you, because even still to this day, arms and hands are very hard for me. I feel like I've gotten a lot better with, like, legs and feet, depending on the pose, but arms and hands, they still give me a really hard time. And I've had some time to work on it since then, but, you know, it's still a struggle. I started then, for the arms, trying to use, again, some of my other newer drawings to try to use references for arms, but at this point, like, I was so scared, and I had spent so long, because the rest of this looked so good, and I was just so scared of messing anything up that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna change the pose, and I am gonna hide her arms and hands, because I'm terrified of this. I'm terrified of messing it up, and even at that, I spent so long just trying to get the proportions and the angles just right. And oh my, can we just take a minute to appreciate how good that looks? I'm so glad we started from that. And especially looking between the two now, as I watch myself desperately try to find the right colors to finish this off, I have never been happier to just completely restart a project. And I'm also really glad that I didn't give up, because that was going through my head too, was to just give up and leave it be and just not do this video at all. And even though it took me a while to actually get around to editing this video, there were a few things that happened there that we don't need to get into. I'm still so glad that I'm here now, editing it, gonna post it, and show you all the work that went into this, because I really am really proud of this. And I think that even though I have arts that maybe are better than this one, I feel like I am probably most proud of this one, because again, drawing Natsuki was the first time I ever tried drawing a human, like, legitimately, and now to just look at this and to be able to see what I have accomplished over the course of, like, 4 years, God, you know, and it makes me feel a lot better about my art as a whole. And I hope that this is an encouragement to anybody watching to just keep working, to just keep trying, no matter how much you think it might just be for nothing, whether you don't think it's good enough or whatever. It's all a learning process. It's, you know, it's growth that we all go through, and yeah, it's gonna be really hard, but if it's something that you really want to do, don't stop chasing it. Even if sometimes you stop and you fall and you feel like you can't get back up, take a little rest, but don't stop chasing what you want to do. Keep going, keep getting up, keep going, because you will get to where you want to be. Like, no, whoever was the first person to say where there's a will, there's a way, they weren't kidding. And I truly believe that with all of my heart. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this until the end. If you want to check out more content from me, you can check out my main channel, which I'll put a link to in the description, and I'll start getting back to posting there soon. I have a lot of projects that I want to do, like I said before, and it may take a while for those to come out, but I've accepted that at this point, and I want to just be able to take the time to make sure that they are good and that I'm happy with them, and to post things that I am passionate about, like art and things like that. I have animations I want to do, so if you want to stick around and come on this journey with me, then subscribe, maybe? And like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.